Yes, that's right. Handball Blitz Grand Final. It's done and dusted. 2024. Well, what a night it was. My name's Nick Davis. I'm joined by Lockie Sands, as always. And another year wrapped up. And just some incredible action on Friday night. We won't say another word. Here's what went down at Suncorp Stadium on Friday night.
Nova 106.9's Ash Lutzy and Susie O'Neill have been on the hunt for Brisbane's best handballer for Handball Blitz 2024. Representing the north side from Hamilton State School, they call him the Hammer. It is Noah! Hailing from Iona College, representing the Southside, please give it up for Bang Oliver! Let's count it down to the Handball Blitz 2024 Grand Final. Here we go, 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Away. Oh, good start there for the boy from Iona. Ollie, 1 point. Some early nerves there from Noah. So Oliver on fire early. Oh, again it's Oliver. The boy from Iona, Oliver, on fire early. Noah needs to come back here from the north side. Look at the speed of this. Oh, and again it's Iona. So bouncing back.
It's a comeback.
It's a comeback here.
It's another point. That's Ollie serve again.
So it's still Ollie serve. Bit of a comeback from the north side.
That's a four. That's a game to Ollie right there. Ollie is the champion.
Game to Ollie, and I think he secures it there. And it is match point. Victory. Iona College, the Southside take it. Oliver is our champion. Darren Lockyer hoists the trophy for the Southside. Oliver from Iona College is our Handball Blitz champion for 2024.
And the South rises again. Their third title in 3 years. Oliver from Iona College taking the big W on Friday night. Well played out there to Noah. 9 years old from Hamilton State School. And what a comeback he launched, but just not enough. The work was done early.
Yeah, Oliver really got on the front foot, got on the attack quite early, managed to score 7 points in a row, and then that's really when Noah kind of kicked into gear, started to mount his comeback, but it was unfortunately a little bit too late to really get the result. Ollie came away with the win, and what a win it was. I think a fair reflection of, I guess, the score and their ability, but the great news is that these two lads, they are young enough that they can return next year. Give them another year of preparing, getting ready, and we could have a fantastic final in our hands
the sequel
in 2025.
is always better than the original. Just imagine that. Imagine both of them putting in a massive pre-season here. You know that Oliver's hit that growth spurt early, but who knows what Noah could look like in 12 months' time.
Yeah, it could be really one of the greatest rematches of the decade.
Absolutely.
Next year.
Ali Frazier, you can go on forever and ever. But Lockie, you were the referee for the match. You called it, and a very well called, and called time on the fight when just when it was up, because it can be very tough to, you don't get to see those scoreboard graphics. You actually do have to count while you're there. So I can imagine it's very tough. I'm sitting up in my GA box at the Broncos, so I'm only looking on a monitor from a long way away, but it was action-packed, it was intense, and I see as the game develops that the ball is getting lower and lower.
That is, I guess, one of the main takeaways over the last 3 years is that the rallies are getting lower to the ground, and it's becoming a lot harder to, as a referee, to make the call, because we don't want it to roll. That is the one thing in handball. It has to bounce in your own square before it bounces in your opponent's square, and if it's rolling, well, then it's not bouncing, and we can't play a game in that regard. So, real key to get that ball off the ground. There were a couple of, points that had to be replayed.
But that's all right. I have no issue with that. From an integrity perspective of the game, I think that's the right call to make.
Yeah, and what a spectacle the Broncos helped put on pre- and post-game as well, getting the result over Parramatta. And really, I'd like to say that the Handball Blitz boys managed to, I guess, inspire a victory.
Oh, absolutely. They led the comeback there. The Broncos were still trailing there at half-time. But again, it was some sensational handballs. A third time we've done this, but I think that's our best. The light show, the fireworks, everything. Darren Lockyer was up there as well.
It was fantastic. We had a couple of the other Broncos boys standing behind the stage watching on. It was great to see. The parents actually got to come out onto the field as well and watch from a much closer angle. And that was, I think, fantastic. Having both mums there, supporting and encouraging their boys along in what is, it's overwhelming. It is an overwhelming...
Well, that's the thing. Behind every great handball player is a great parents who have made sure they've adhered to their training programs, they've done their homework, they've got the right amount of rest in, because remember, that game was played at 8:45 at night. Now, I know it wasn't a school night, but they've been to school that day. That's a big day for those kids, so really quite incredible. And the Broncos, I know that Kevy interrupted his halftime address so to put it up on screens there in the room so they can watch it. So I'm sure that's actually what went down, and that's what inspired that comeback there. But again, well done to our competitors. Oliver out of Iona College, so it's a big win for the Southside, but also for the East and the Bayside as well. I know they'll try and claim that victory as well, but history will show it is 3 from 3 from the Southside. So look, I know Lutzy might have been a little bit dirty about it. He's North still yet to claim anything, but look, eventually you just know that's just going to feed the frenzy up on that North side, and someone will be looking to finally steal that crown.
Nick, as someone who is a New South Welshman on the receiving end of the 8 straight, the infamous 8 straight, what do you think the people of the North Side are thinking of? Because I am a Southwest boy, you're a South Sider as well. What do you think the people of the North Side are feeling on a day like today? A couple of days after the big event, how do they go about, I guess, changing the tactics, changing what needs to change, really, ahead of next year?
Well, look, I think they had a very young player this year. So, look, you got to understand, you got a young list. So, with your age profile, you're building into it.
Yes.
Right now, you start investing in Noah right now. I'd say the great program that run over at Hamilton State School, you could have 2 more years out of Noah. So, he would have learnt invaluable lessons on Friday night. So, I'd start building in around him. So, you don't have it right this year. But in the next 2 years, Noah could take the next 2 titles if he wants to. That is there up for grabs. Yet that program, we had Frude and all those other kids around, and that's just at Hamilton State School.
Yeah.
The trick is you don't fall into a losing mentality. You don't think, oh, here comes the South Side, they're just going to win everything. And congratulations to them. They've run a sensational handball program on that side of the river. But the trick is just to go, all right, we're done. We move on. Pre-season, have a bit of time off, maybe go on handball trip at the end of the year with you and your friends. Well, I blow off some steam.
I do know that it was his birthday on the weekend, so he was going to do a bit of a post Handball Blitz bowling party, a couple of red cordials maybe going down, a bit of a mad Monday today.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything bad on social media, which
silly
is
Sunday,
which is really good because at the same time, but we've heard about the handball silly Sundays in the past, and it's some ugly stuff from the Northern Hemisphere, but we don't really do that here in the South. But look, I hear that Noah and Hamilton State School might be heading to Colorado or Arizona for a high altitude training camp.
Respect.
Absolutely. And look, there'll be talk, as we said, a lot of low shots, and I do want an investigation into the surface tension of the Handball Blitz arena. Maybe not, despite the technology we had engineered into the balls to produce higher bounce, and we know that they bounced a lot higher than last year's. I still think there was a lack of surface tension that made for quite a lower game. So we're going to look into the construction of the stage and the arena for next year going forward. We can always keep building.
I will say that the stage, it is more of a carpet-like surface. And obviously the semi-finals were played on a hard wood surface. Kids in the schoolyard are playing more on concrete, and concrete is very hard to transport. I understand that it'd be difficult to, I guess, plop down a slab of concrete on the field because the Suncorp ground staff, they do their best to upkeep that grass, and with the increase of I guess concerts coming to Suncorp Stadium as well, it's going to be a hard job for them, doubling the number of concerts to make sure that grass is perfect. And so adding some concrete there, a little bit difficult, but
I hear some of the new concerts at Suncorp will be played on the Handball Blitz Arena stage.
Really?
Yeah,
that's an in.
Yeah, I saw the groundskeepers taking the stage out the back where they will get UV rays, and they will keep trying to grow the stage there. So they're doing everything they can there at Suncorp. I heard your phone was also on that, so.
Yeah, well, my phone was on that. There was a little bit of a behind the scenes. I did go momentarily without my phone. It was stolen from me, but it's okay. It's back. It's back now.
Well, that's an integrity thing as well. When you're refereeing, you can't have comms from the outside world, kind of outside influence. I know a lot of illegal bookmakers are trying to get in on it. As we said, no betting. I heard some people doing Bris Vegas odds, but we just won't have that. So it was very clean competition, and the drug tests have been passed as well. So I think WADA has signed off on that.
I think that's actually what happened, though. They did have to take my phone to ensure that I wasn't doing any insider trading to make sure that I wasn't profiting. So
we're not the Northern Hemisphere. We don't do that stuff down here.
I respect the Southern Hemisphere handball organisation for just making sure that all the checks and balances were done correctly. But from your vantage point, Nick, what were your highlights of the night?
Well, I have to say, first of all, the trophy delivery onto the field. I was there early enough at the stadium to see the trophy make its way, and it was magnificent. I have to say, I was trying to compare the height of the Handball Blitz trophy, the tallest trophy in world sport, to the goalposts there at Suncorp Stadium. And I swear, it was like there's 3 goalposts. I was really concerned that some of the players would come out, do kicking practice, and just get their bearings all off because the thing was massive. And there's great footage right now on our Instagram page of Ollie trying to lead the stadium with this massive, massive trophy. But you can see the stage set up. You can see the excitement. I had a great bird's eye view just beforehand. I could see both of our competitors actually training down in the tunnels, working against the wall, both of them. They could have been watching each other's games, but they would just focus on what they needed to do. So it was actually before game. I had a very special sneak preview of what was going to go down that night. And look, it was a sensational execution. And thank you to our tournament director, to the head of the commission, the chair, the organising committee, all those part of the bid. I know that John Coates and the IOC has been keeping a close eye on it. 2032, it's made a really good play for it, to the Broncos, to Lily's Little Lunchbox, to Nova, to everyone else who helped out. Iona College, Hamilton State School, Somerville House, everyone's been a part of this incredible Handball Blitz journey in 2024. And I don't know how it gets bigger next year. It's probably not possible, but at the same time, we're going to keep reaching for the stars.
I think it is possible. There's rumours already. There's around the traps, I've been hearing rumours of 4 squares.
Ooh.
Maybe Handball All-Stars, perhaps.
I don't know how big this thing... A World Cup, maybe. We don't know how big this thing could get.
Exactly. So, maybe a northern...
If the ban on the Northern Hemisphere is lifted again, they're not allowed to compete for the next 3 years.
Yeah. So,
horrible things up there.
If that ban is lifted, we could see a northern versus southern
Maybe a
hemisphere.
Rebel Tour. We might see that, yeah.
Sponsored by Rebel Sport, perhaps.
Well, it's right there for them.
So that is it for the Handball Blitz 2024 podcast. Thank you so much for joining. Nick, fantastic work, my friend.
It's been a pleasure to be part of this journey, but it's not about us, Lockie. You've done a sensational job. It's about the champions from all the schools around Brisbane who really just play the game that we played as kids, and they've kept it alive, and it is stronger than ever.
Are you looking forward to seeing more of those reverse backhand twists, I guess, in the schoolyards?
I'd like to see it evolved upon.
Okay.
We can pay our homage and respect to the past, but it's the future of handball that I'm most excited by. And, I saw Ollie practicing with his feet before the game and after the game. Who knows? It could be part of it. We don't know where this game is going, and that's the exciting thing.
That is exciting. Well, that'll be it for the podcast. Once again, thank you so much to Lily's Little Lunchbox, powering our little champions there. And we will catch you for Handball Blitz 2025.